Well, with their two-time All-American Logan McNaney out with an injury, Teddy Dolan, the Binghamton transfer, got the start last weekend against Syracuse. Today it'll be freshman Brian Rupel out of Catonsville, Maryland, the number 30 overall recruit, making his first career start and for the Tigers' third straight start for senior Griffin Rackauer. He's generally played the first half, and then Michael Gianfracaro's.
This face-off matchup could determine this entire game, and we're going to start with a procedural call, and the Terps get an easy possession.
Talked to John Tillman, and with so many injuries, they've lost 5 of their 6 starters. Have the Terps on on-stick midfielder, an All-Big Ten selection a year ago. Terps on the man, up 4 for 9 over the first 3 games. Top of the box, stick side high save. That one came in point blank from Spanos.
A nice save to get Rackauer going today, stick side high. And another collision at midfield. We've got physicality everywhere.
You normally see Bo Pedersen on the wrong side of that hit, but tic-tac-toe in transition. Daniel Kelly, their leading scorer. I was going to say, you normally see Bo Pedersen deliver hits like that. 23 got upended for the Tigers. Maryland really thrives on those unsettled situations.
Well, it's interesting because Geppert often delivers the blows for the Terps, and he gets hit hard by White to get things going. And Kelly, who we highlighted in the open, gets things.
Opening possession after there was a face-off violation against Tyler Sandoval. Maryland had to dump it off in the corner as the shot clock expired, and then after a penalty in transition by the Tigers, Maryland scored the man-up goal. Tigers take it over.
Today.
Sam English, 2020 as a freshman. He was a defensive midfielder, had just 1 goal in that shortened 5-game season. Came into the Maryland game last year with 3 in his career. He had 4 down in College Park in that 5-goal loss. Scooped up by Rhonda, and Princeton will take a timeout and talk this one over with 2:20 clock. A couple of flurries beginning to fall. We saw some snow up in New Haven, Yale taking on Penn State. Snowing in Ithaca. Murphy makes it 2-0. Not a man-up goal. The penalty had expired about 10 seconds earlier. Murphy, though, getting the start of the midfield, and he's got his 7th.
Maryland with a ton of shots here in the first quarter. Just the second to find the back of the net, but a beautiful pick up top. Murphy's able to.
Below goal line extended, Slusher. Draws the pole from Burlace. Up top, 25 to shoot. Coulter Mackesy. Over to Vardaro. Through Saris. Here's Sam English. He had 4 goals a year ago down in College Park. Second shot on goal, second save. Friendly carom to Alex Slusher, who's somehow able to escape with possession.
Great job of finding that ball and then running to space.
Up top, Mackesy, short stick matchup, gets the hands free, gets the friendly bounce, and gets the Tigers on the board here early in the second.
Well, it took about a minute for Princeton to triple the number of shots on cage. They went from 1 on cage to 3, and it took the 3rd to find the back of the net. Mackesy.
Shot clock again ticking down at 20. Long top of the box, trying to shake Cahal Roberts, gets it over. Murphy, he's got a goal. Winding, firing, and sneaking it past Daniel Maltz, the senior, with his 5th of the year. Little bit too much time, a little bit too much space for number 37.
And that's why they call it a time and space shot, Cody. A lot of time and a lot of space. Look, he just takes a nice long look, finds the open part of the net, and fires it home past Rackauer, who just.
In the first half, 11 saves, 3 goals allowed. It's a 3-1 Terps lead. And we'll get a look at Gianfrancaro, who was the number 1 goalie recruit in the country back in 2020. He was number 5 overall. Out in front, nobody's going to stop that. Set up beautifully. Second of the day for Daniel Kelly, camped out on the doorstep.
Well, you see the huddle of the Terrapins celebrating, but the more important huddle is the Princeton defense talking about what happened there, because physicality, whether it's Trader, who's a Big Ten safety, as we keep saying, Bo Pedersen, who could probably play Power 5 football.
Looks like a Big Ten safety.
Yeah.
Urksa leaves it off long, trying to get above goal line extended. Looking to get underneath Cahal Roberts, number 6. Now back to the top of the box. Daniel Maltz has a goal. Daniel Maltz has 2 goals. Downhill dodge by the senior out of Ashburn, Virginia, and Maryland has opened up a 4-goal lead here in the third quarter.
Maryland goal scorer number 37, Daniel Maltz, his second goal.
Maltz is talented. Doesn't take much to get his hands free. Quite frankly, Marquez White.
Here comes Palumbo, head of steam. Not Palumbo, that's Kramer, and he goes low. Easy save. Verupel quickly over the top of the Princeton midfield. Running in transition. On the move, Lacey saved Gianfrancaro. Ball is loose. Finley has it for the Tigers.
Princeton's got to focus here and get a nice clean clear. Nice job to get it to Gianfrancaro. Dangerous outlet pass, but a nice job of wrangling that one by Mulshine.
Tigers have 5 seconds to clear, and it's Kramer across midfield. Lacey took that shot. He's a grad transfer from Sacred Heart. Hasn't scored this year, but he had 11 goals in 4 seasons. Was a 2-time All-NEC selection. He's out there wearing number 18 for Maryland. He's a Maryland native. Tigers trying to get one back here. They fell behind 2-0, then Mackesy scored. Now 3 in a row for Maryland.
Princeton just has not gotten in the rhythm. Took him far too long in the first half, but English gets his first of the season.
He had 4 last year down in College Park after 3 in his career coming into that day. And he's got the Tigers back on the board. It's a 5-2 contest.
It's been tough to beat Rupel, but a nice bounce shot to the far side by number 15. Beautiful job of cutting down
forward on their first 2-minute man up on that early penalty against Marquez White, and then Maryland scored another goal right after the second Princeton penalty expired. Terps have not been flagged here today. Out in front, easy shot and a goal. Hat trick, Daniel Maltz. And the Terps have that 4-goal lead back midway through the third quarter. Second man up tally of the afternoon for Maryland.
Didn't take long, a little tic-tac-toe passing by the Terps. It's a tremendous half by Rackauer, but Madelon sticks with the game plan.
Yeah, that was the plan coming into the season. You don't have a goalie with experience. Not a lot Gianfrancaro could have done about that one. Once again, Daniel Maltz, that time from Urksa. 4th goal of the day for the senior attackman, and it's 7-2.
Well, he fooled him once, and he fools him twice. Just cutting behind the head of the defenders. Defenders not eyeing the crease, up by 5, which feels like 10.
Talk about a lacrosse family. Daniel Maltz, as Princeton wins the faceoff. Sandoval shoots and scores with a tumble.
Let's take a look all the way home for 35. Sandoval down the middle of the field. Maybe he was surprised he still had the ball, and he just flies over the, make sure everything is legal there. This would be devastating.
As it stands now, 7-3 on Tyler Sandoval's first goal of the season.
Taking out the whole toolbox at midfield. And there it is, the flag flies.
Well, you were wondering, how did Tyler Sandoval hang on to that ball?
Three-minute non-releasable penalty, and you saw what Maryland did with the 2-minute non-releasable to start this off when Marquez White got called for and then a man up for 20.
Long at X. Unmarked, comes up, sets up a teammate, shot and a goal, Jack Corris. Could see that one coming with a second left on the 6-on-4. Terps have stretched out the lead.
See the ability the man-up unit for the Terps has to score and score quickly. It was Maltz a little bit ago, and it's just one pass and a beautiful left-handed shot from the Maryland product.
So now they got him hung up again. Cahal Roberts right off the hip of the netminder Gianfrancaro. Trying to body up long, sends him below goal line extended, over to the near side. Chorus turns, shoots, and scores. I don't think Gianfrancaro ever saw that. It's 9-2 Maryland.
Maryland goal scorer by number 22, Jack Forrest.
Great job by Chorus of using the defender as a screen, and you're right. I don't think Gianfrancaro saw it. And I think it beat him 5-hole right through the wicket's ace, but with Princeton with only 2 on the board, that 7 goals just seems huge.
Another flag comes in. Stevens will scoop it up. This will be the 6th infraction against the Tigers, not against the Terps. Let's take a look. It was on Stevens, 14.
That's a great play.
That's tough.
You know, regardless, he's sitting, so the reality is what it is. It's a 1-minute penalty, but you look at that and you'd applaud that. Beautiful job by Stevens of avoiding the player and getting the stick.
Tigers need to stand by their defense as Murphy loses the handle. Finley trying to close in. Ball down on the turf. Murphy against Finley. Billings comes over. Murphy back towards the midfield, and it's scooped up by Daniel Maltz, who's got 4 goals today. Jack Chorus, the junior in the midfield, has the last 2 tallies for the Terps. 30 more seconds on the man up. Top of the box through Kelly, their leading goal scorer on the season. Now Murphy, the Hopkins transfer. Kelly through traffic. It ricocheted into the cross of Gianfrancaro. Tigers catch a break. Princeton with just under a minute to go, trying to start the clear with Pedersen. Back to Gianfrancaro. This ride has been so tough for the Terps, but now the Tigers have something.
Mackessy's open.
Here's English to Mackessy, left unmarked, and he gets a man-down goal for Princeton. Talked about it, Princeton needed the defensive stand. They caused the turnover. Good job against the tough ride on the clear, and they find the open man.
Mackessy with 2 of Princeton's 3 goals. The first one was a right-handed bounce shot. This one.
Maryland's got 3 man-up goals today. Shot and a goal. Top shelf, Ryan Siracusa. He scored in the opener against Richmond. He's got his 2nd of the season here with 4 seconds to go in the 3rd.
From Centennial High School to the University of Maryland with a lefty rocket to the top right corner. Beautiful placement against a right-handed goaltender.
Likely is the number 2 team in the country with a 3-0 record next Saturday. Maryland's won 20 in a row on their home field. Georgetown falling to Notre Dame today, 15-8. The Hoyas now 0-3 on the season. They were the number 2 seed last year. Skip pass through traffic. It was knifed out of bounds by Maryland, so it'll stay with Princeton with 24 to shoot.
Zappatello just got a piece of that. As you said, 24 on the shot clock, but the job the Maryland defense is doing of covering Princeton's best 6, and that's attack all the way down to that midfield. The midfielders, some of the best shooters at their position in the country, especially this guy, 19, and that one.
Right on cue. Weston Carpenter cutting across the defense. Got lost in Makar's blind spot and goes top shelf to get one back for the Tigers. Weston Carpenter, a guy who just couldn't seem to get on the field behind all that depth, has his 3rd of the season through 3 games.
And he's lifting the bottom hand. It's just been a tough day for the Princeton offense to really get going.
3rd midfield out there, Carpenter, who had the most recent goal for the Tigers, leading that group, the senior. Alex Slusher's been quiet today, trying to shake one of the defenders. Shot by Mackessy, the goal and the hat trick for number 91. Here come the Tigers, back-to-back goals for Princeton.
Take a look. Beautiful job of changing.
Game, lofts it across midfield and gets a nice cheer from his sideline. Maryland can run some clock. The Tigers, let's see if they start getting a little bit more aggressive here, down by 5 with 2:20 to go. Shot and a goal. That's Daniel Kelly, reigning Big Ten Offensive Player of the Week. Terps beat the Tigers in the national semifinal last year. They come to Sherrod Field, and behind a dominant defensive effort and a freshman netminder in his first career start, down the third-ranked Princeton Tigers 11-5.
An incredible performance by the Maryland Terrapins, coming up to Princeton, New Jersey on a chilly Saturday and handling business 11-5, and really never a doubt.
11-5 the final score. We'll be back.